Convoy after convoy, thousands of Arkansans have traveled this road to support what is now Operation Desert Storm, war with Iraq. The 212th Signal Battalion, headquartered in North Little Rock with more than 600 guardsmen and women, was the last unit to go by the end of January 1991. It was a long wait. The 212th was Arkansas's first unit to be alerted for eventual mobilization. That was back in August 1990, shortly after the crisis began. But it was a smaller unit from Monticello that was actually the first to go. The 1122nd Transportation Company was activated in late September, rolled out to Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and set up camp in Saudi Arabia less than a month later. In the huge scope of Operation Desert Storm, the 1122nd's mission is small in scale but vital. Its trucks haul everything from mail to MREs to troops in the desert. And now that the war is in full swing, common sense says armored vehicles would be better protection in a firefight. Leave it to a bit of Arkansas ingenuity to turn a 5-ton truck into an Iron Maiden.
Okay, we've taken a regular 5-ton truck and added half-inch steel plating on it for armor to protect the driver and the gunner that'll be running missions up north with civilian convoys to protect them from enemy bullets and fire. And we added plate to the gas tank to protect it from being shot, and a piece of plate in front of the radiator to keep bullets from going through the radiator, and encase the gunner and the driver so they'll be protected.
By December, several more Arkansas Guard units followed the road to Desert Storm. The 148th Field Evacuation Hospital from Camp Robinson, one of only 3 in Saudi Arabia by the new year, was starting to settle in. It's a good-sized hospital with a more than 400-bed capacity, maintained by 400 troops, 22 of whom are doctors, another 46 nurses. And for many in this unit, the word family has quite an added significance.
We'd like to say hi to our 3 sons, Jay, Josh, and Bobby, and to our parents back in Little Rock and Lono.
And we'd like to say hi to our baby, Hannah Rollins, back in Little Rock.
With our mom, and hi to all of our family.
It's just as hard on us as it is on the single people, though, because we're separated a lot.
Family members serving together is not unusual in the Arkansas Guard, not even in Saudi Arabia. Lake Village's 216th Medical Company shipped out to the Gulf with its fleet of go-anywhere ambulances and teams of big brothers and sisters watching over younger siblings.
I'm kind of glad that we're here so that we both can have an eye on each other and be able to take care of each other and stand by each other and keep each other strong.
I'd rather have him here than anybody else because I know that he's going to look out for me just as much as I'm going to look out for him. A lot of people confidently saying that we both shouldn't be here, but we're both here to take care of each other.
The 216th had just arrived in Saudi. Here, the unit is at its port of arrival, acclimating to its new surroundings and preparing to move to its new home in the desert. Most of Saudi Arabia is just that, an endless, desolate expanse of sand as far as the eye can see. For years, its only dwellers, Bedouins and their livestock. And now they share their land with a new nomad. The Arkansans in the 217th Maintenance Battalion are learning the ins and outs of desert life, pitching tents in what looks like the middle of nowhere.
You can just see for miles, you can see anything. There's nothing to see except sand.
The 217th is, however, somewhere close to the reality of war. A shield of Patriot missile batteries protect it and other nearby units from incoming Scud missiles, while a chaplain keeps watch over the unit's spirit.
Being a chaplain is not just sitting in some sort of an ivy-covered office with all the pastoral accoutrements and all the great books of theology. Part of being a chaplain, the best part of being a chaplain is what I call a ministry of presence, which means listening to people when they have beef, listening to people when they need a shoulder to cry on or someone to laugh with, or even going out here and helping put up tents.
While these Arkansans were calling the desert home, others were getting used to a more hospitable environment. Little Rock's 204th Dental Detachment was called to Desert Storm by way of Bavaria, not Arabia. The unit is filling in Germany for another group deployed to the Gulf.
Let's do it. Yes, sir.
Arkansas's biggest contribution to Desert Storm, the firepower of the 142nd Field Artillery Brigade. More than 1,000 troops plan to make an impression on Saddam Hussein. Their 8-inch self-propelled howitzers can flatten areas the size of football fields and protect advancing columns of our armor and infantry engaging the enemy. Here, the brigade is leaving Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and many of these troops know what's ahead of them.
The gravity of the situation is sinking in, but at the same time, we know what we're going there for, and we're ready.
And there are other units. The 224th Maintenance Company from Mountain Home, Marshall, and Russellville, as well as North Little Rock's 25th Rear Area Operations Center, are now on duty in the Gulf. Charleston's 296 Medical Company is stationed now in Fort Polk, Louisiana. And the 119th Personnel Service Company from Camp Robinson was mobilized to Fort Sill. In the Air National Guard, 12 firefighters from the 188th Civil Engineering Squadron were mobilized to backfill at Homestead Air Force Base, Florida. Fort Smith's 188th Tactical Clinic was sent to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for duty. In all, more than 3,000 Arkansas Guardsmen and women followed the road to Operation Desert Storm. It has not been easy. It's called for great sacrifice, not just on the part of the troops, but perhaps even more significantly, their families.
I want to thank everybody back home for all the cards and the letters and the care package they sent to us with the love and appreciation.
No matter how tough or how long Operation Desert Storm will be, the Arkansas Guard tackles it with that irrepressible hog spirit.